Okay, so it says here, add a guest to be in whatever. We're telling your followers that you've started a live video. Are you okay? Can you see me? And tell me when you would like me to start talking. Yes? Yes. Tell me when to start and I will start. Okay, so should all right. Okay, so you can shut that then. Hello, my darlings. Hello, all of you. I am so happy to be with Indian Medical Association, Students Network of Tamil Nadu. And I want to tell you one thing, that if you were in front of me, do you know what I would have done? I would have held each and every one of you in my I would have held each and every one of you in my arms, and I would have given you a jappi and a puppy, which is in Punjabi hugs and kisses, and said that the divinity in me bows down and embraces the divinity in all of you. Now, my darlings, just to let you know a little about myself, I'm Neerja Malik, and I just turned 66 on the 11th of this month. So I'm celebrating my birthday with all of you, and I'm loving it. And as I said earlier, when I'm with the youth, I feel so young in body, mind, and soul. Now, what is it? What is a personality comprised of? The body, the heart, the mind, the soul. And I love everything about me, and I go steps further to love everything about everyone. Why am I saying all these things? I'm saying these things, darlings, because nowadays, in the days of the pandemic, we are kind of lost. We used to be in college, we used to be in dormitories or single rooms. We had a set routine. We had everything tick, tick, tick. We used to study furiously, and especially as doctors. I know the amount of weight that is on your young shoulders. And when you study so hard. And I know what it feels like now. Because when you've been studying, and your exams are over, you enjoy a day or so of holiday. But no, what do you do with yourself when the time is hanging heavy on your hands? What do you do when you're not meeting up with friends? What do you do when your day is not a set routine that you used to love to participate in? What do you do when your grey cells were working overtime? You step back and you think. And when you put on the TV, all you hear is terrible news about the COVID, about Corona, how it's affected the whole world, and a million negative things. Now, why am I talking to you? I'm talking to you because I, Neerja Malik, have had a wonderful childhood, but B-U-T with capital letters. But a lot of broken bones because I was a very naughty child. And then, when I got married, a lot of miscarriages. And thereafter, I had a stillborn in the 8th month, which means that, oh, your doctor is in the making. I don't need to tell you what a stillbirth is. And then I had premature twins. And after that, I went through cancer twice. and surgeries, chemotherapies, radiations. I had my uterus and ovaries removed. I had a couple of more surgeries where they discovered benign tumors. And 2 years back, I had septicemia. I was rushed to the hospital 2-3 times. I had to have 210 injections in my jugular vein just to get out of it. But having gone through everything, I feel that if I can do it, so can anyone. It doesn't have to be cancer. It doesn't have to be miscarriages, stillborn, septicemia. It can be anything. It can even be feeling lost, feeling depressed, feeling low, feeling sad, not knowing what to do with yourself, missing friends, wanting to have some fun, going for a scooter ride, going for a run on the beach, riding a horse, climbing a tree. And with this lockdown, we can't do any of that. Somewhere, someone told me today, do you know what? Meeting friends should also be an essential service. Because basically, what are we? We are human beings. We are gregarious creatures. And we excel in living together, in communicating, in wanting love, sharing love, having the same hopes, building the same dreams, wanting to be further in life. And then we're caught. We're caught in a situation where we feel that we cannot get out of. A lot of youth talks to me today and says that they are frustrated, they're upset, they're angry, they feel that no one understands them. But isn't that true of all adolescents? I've gone through that, and I absolutely understand where you're coming from. Now that's one end of the spectrum, that this is how you are feeling. You are feeling all these things because of the situation that you are in. The other side of the spectrum, how is your family feeling? How are your parents feeling? How is everyone feeling who can understand that you are going through something and they love you? They want to do whatever they can, but they cannot express the deep feelings they have for you. They cannot express that they just want to hold you in their arms, and make you feel better. This is the great divide, my dears. This is the great divide between the adults and the young ones. This is the great divide between the generations. So what can I say to make you understand that nowadays there's something called self-compassion? Well, you've all heard of compassion. What is this new self-compassion? The self-compassion is that just as you love someone and you want to take care of them, you want to support them, you want to do whatever you can for them, you go out of your way to help them, that same compassion, that same kindness, that same love you utilize for yourself. And now, what does self-compassion consist of? One of the things it consists of is being kind to yourself, loving yourself, accepting the little ups and downs and the little faults that we have. That is the positive way of self-compassion. What is the negative? The negative is that you judge yourself harshly. When we're judging people, we're very harsh, we're not understanding. So imagine you doing that to yourself. You're judging yourself harshly. And you're saying, no, wrong, tappa, not right. Darlings, all you need to do is pause. Just pause. Change your perception. Wash your eyes. Look towards yourself with loving kindness. That's one way of doing it. Be kind to yourself. The other thing is that we are all living in communal harmony. We live as families, we live as communities, we live as villages, we live as cities, as nations, as countries. So why don't we understand that whatever I'm going through, I'm not alone. There are other people going through the same thing. I should be understanding enough to accept that I am not alone in whatever I'm going through. The whole world is going through a pandemic. And it is our choice as to whether we are able to deal with it, cope with it positively or negatively. So worldwide, there's so many people like us. And I'm not only saying it's the youth. Let me tell you, apart from the youth, there happen to be a lot of elderly. There happen to be those who are in their 40s, 50s, young ones, who may have this feeling that, what do I do with myself? I'm feeling claustrophobic. I'm feeling blocked in. But we must understand that there's so many of us going through the same thing. And accepting that, realize that we are not alone. I don't need to isolate myself with all that I'm going through because there are others like me. Just be kind to yourself. We have chat groups. We have so many, thank God we have technology. Thank God we can communicate with each other on Zoom, WhatsApp, call up our relatives the world over, Instagram. We're sharing these. Please, hold each other's hands through these tough times and let us overcome these together. I do say here that I understand all that the youth of today is going through. And I do say here that we can overcome. We can get over this. And I also do say here that please, if any of you need to talk, feel free through this lovely platform, through the Students' Network, to get through to me, and I will talk to you as you belong to me, as I do to you. So you'd say, where is all this coming from? This is coming from someone, as they say, whose hair haven't turned white with the sun. The hair have turned white with experience in the University of Life. So sometimes, I believe in destiny, and I feel that what I do, my vocation, has been preordained for me. So God said, okay, here is this chirpy little, very happy-go-lucky, friendly child. And she's grown up into someone everyone confides in. She's done a graduation in social work. She's done her B.Ed. She's worked in schools as a voluntary teacher, as a social worker. She's been the fourth standard class teacher. Now let us make her experience everything in life so that anyone who connects with her can feel that, all right, what I'm going through, I'm not alone. So whether it's death, whether it's a stillborn, miscarriages, cancer, everything. I went through everything. And anyone who is going through the same, what is the ace I have up my sleeve? If I can do it, so can you. If I can overcome, so can you. So children, remember one thing, that we might feel we are alone in whatever we're going through, but there are other people in the world who have gone through much worse. Let us open our eyes. Let us embrace them into our hearts, and let's be kind, not towards only them, but towards ourselves also. So early in life, I discovered that there are certain treasures that I had learned. And what were these treasures? They were, the first one, love. The second one was fun and laughter. The third was God. The fourth was faith, because if you have faith and belief in God, then miracles happen. Which is the fifth. The sixth is even death is a treasure. And the seventh is acceptance. The eighth is an attitude of gratitude. The ninth is abundance. And the 10th is living in the now. All these treasures are in a book of mine called I Inspire. And I'm sure you would enjoy it. But what I want to take you through is this lovely thing that the Indian Medical Association Students Network of Tamil Nadu has done. Today, it has started on a 7-day transformation. And it was lovely of them. What I do is I have been passing around 20 very simple, very positive thoughts. And these lovely children, Mrinalini and Harini, who I've been hounding non-stop since they discovered me, they have started taking one positive thought per day, and for 7 days there will be 7 different positive thoughts that can encourage you. Now, what made me start these positive thoughts? When I was diagnosed with cancer on Friday the 13th, 1998, which is a good 22 years back, my spiritual godmother living in America sent me one thought, and that was, may I be secure, confident, and relaxed in Divine Mother, who heals and strengthens my body, mind, and soul. Now, I have been passing this thought around to everyone with saying that if I say Divine Mother or Divine Almighty God, please change that word to Divine Buddha, Divine Krishna, Divine Shiva, Divine Allah, Divine Jesus, Divine Kuan Yin, whoever you believe in. Should I tell you what today's thought is? Today's thought, the first thought that the students are thinking about is tackle one day at a time. Just one day at a time for an effective and purposeful living. Now, why would that be important? Tackle one day at a time? What is so important? Because imagine if I'm going through my chemotherapy and I have to go through 6 or 8 of them every 21 days. Imagine. I have had such serious surgeries. Imagine. I've gone through 36 and then 38 radiations at a time. If I keep thinking, oh my God, this is months and months of treatment, what will happen to me? I might crumble. I'm talking of my own experience. But if you say, let me tackle one day at a time, just today. Let me live just today. Let me see how things go just today. And let me just finish this day. Life becomes easier, I assure you. So tackle one day at a time. Because then you're not bothered about tomorrow, day after, 1 week later, 1 month later, 1 year later, decades later. You just focus your attention on tackling one day, one small step at a time. Feeling a little nauseous? Just tackle today. Because all the side effects of chemotherapy or whatever one is going through are temporary. You've done badly in a paper? Think of just a couple of hours. Right. What can you do to change that situation? Study harder? Okay. Do you either curse yourself or feel bad or regret it or say, why me? Because when you say, why me, you know what happens? It's like digging up your own grave. It is like drowning or wallowing in your own self-pity. And I love to say this, that when we are digging ourselves, what happens? The mud comes onto us and then it pushes us further down, 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 till it becomes very difficult to come out of it. And let's say people want to help us. People are reaching out to us. We're so busy doing our own digging up that we're not aware that the world loves us. The world wants to help us. The world is there for us. We've shut our eyes. So yes, we can change our perception and we can just tackle one day at a time instead of hassling ourselves or bothering ourselves with all these things that can really depress us, make us anxious, make us hurt, make us miserable. So darlings, it's in our hands. मैं इधर जाऊं या उधर जाऊं. I have two ways. Any decision I make, there is always a fork. The left, the right. The positive, the negative. What should I do? Now some people say that, when we listen to some positive talks, we feel energized for that moment. What can we do to keep a kind of positive attitude all the time? Now what do people say? You know how habits are. You form a habit and then that habit becomes very easy. So just like that, if you make a habit of following the positive, then it becomes very easy in any circumstance, however bad and terrible it might be, to look on the positive side. You know what my blood group is? I remember there was a Hindi movie where he kept saying, A, be positive. That's what my blood group is. A, be positive. I think it was Anil Kapoor who used to say, be positive. I go one step further. I say, A, be positive. So sweethearts, if we just decide to keep looking, what do they say? Every cloud has a silver lining. And I'd rather look at the silver lining, not because it goes with my silver hair. I'd rather look at the silver lining than the dark clouds. Now, what I am going to tell you is that these 7 days of transformation with positive thoughts, I'm going to take you right through my 20 positive thoughts. Now, these thoughts I've picked up from life, from the University of Life. And I find that they are wonderful because not only people who are going through cancer or sadness, anxiety, depression, surgeries, chemotherapies, radiations, financial losses, any spectrum of tragedy, sadness, being pulled down, this doesn't only help them, it helps everyone. They're friends of mine who have nothing wrong with them. And you know something? Every day after their puja, they say these 20 thoughts. They say these 20 thoughts so that they can feel the zip, the zing, and the energy to face the day. So this is what I'm going to take you through. One of my thoughts was tackle one day at a time. One of the thoughts that I explained to you was my first thought. I am secure, confident, and relaxed in divine Allah, divine Guru Nanak, divine Krishna, Shiva, anyone, Mother Mary, Jesus, whoever you believe in. And what do? You have faith in them. What do? They not only heal you and leave you, they heal and strengthen your body, mind, and soul, which is very important. Because if your body, mind, and soul is taken care of, you're all set to go. You're revived. You're okay. So that is my first thought. The second thought. Now, I would like you, if some of you want to quickly get a paper and pen. You could do that. And you could make a note of these. What am I talking about? You probably quickly go onto your phones and can make these notes if you want to. Otherwise, they're always available here. The second is a beautiful thought. Every day, in every way, I am better and better and better. Now, supposing Mrinalini, who I've been talking to, finds that I'm coughing one day. She rings me up the next day, and ma'am, how are you? And I'm weepy, I'm complaining, I'm human, I'm normal, and I tell her, oh Mrinalini, I've got a Now Mrinalini gets worried about me. So she rings me up the next day and she says, ma'am, how are you? And guess what I tell her? I said, Mrinalini, yesterday I told you that I wasn't well. Remember I said my throat was not hurting? Well, guess what? You know what? I now have a headache and I have fever and I'm not feeling good at all. That's one choice. The other choice I have is, Mrinalini, I'm feeling better and better and better. Now, which would I go to automatically? I would rather choose every day, In every way, I'm feeling better and better and better, because it automatically gives me hope. Whereas if I say, no, 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 yesterday I was this, today I'm even worse, and what will that do to me? It will pull me down. So we have it in our hands to either get pulled down by the slightest thing, or to be uplifted, be happy, and look out for people that we can uplift with us. Now the third has many thoughts. The first one is, may I be safe from inner and outer harm. Inner is my mind. Outer can be a broken leg or a fall from a tree or a bite by a dog. It can be anything. But what is the inner? The inner is my mind, which they say. You know what Paramahansa Ramakrishna said about the mind? He said that the mind is a monkey. And not only is the mind just a monkey, it is a mad monkey. And the mad monkey has been bitten by a scorpion, a mad scorpion. So you can imagine the chaos that a mind can create in a human being, going round and round and round. So we need to catch it. We need to control it. And that itself can be a challenge. So, may I be safe from inner and outer harm. May I be happy and peaceful. Happy, peaceful. And when you say those words, imagine saying happy, peaceful. Visualize that those words are coming true in your life. I'm happy and I'm peaceful. May I be healthy and strong. They show that, may I be healthy and strong. May I take care of myself with joy. Remember, I was talking about self-compassion. Being kind to yourself as you would to someone that you take care of and you love. That is what it is, self-compassion. Love yourself. And I can love myself more when I feel confident, when I am secure, and when I love myself. I can love anyone. So it is all connected. I love myself. I love everyone. I feel happy. I feel healthy. I feel peaceful. And I feel joyous in facing every day, however bad it might be. I hang on to my hope and my faith that all will be well. You know, when we were little, we used to learn a song in school. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I thank you, God. It is so swell that every little cell in my body is happy and well. Now, what is our body made of? My dears, our body is made out of cells. And we have to be very, very smart. Because cells are like naughty little children. And what do these naughty little children do? They eavesdrop. They eavesdrop into our thoughts. They eavesdrop into our words. And they hear it. So we have to play a con game with our cells, and our body is made up entirely of cells. So if Mrinalini said to me, how are you feeling? And I promptly say, complaining, whining there. My cells are listening in. And they understand a human being, because the topmost thing in a human's mind is, I am right. See, I told you so, I was right. So when Mrinalini rings me up again and I say, didn't I tell you I only had a bad throat, now I have fever and this and that. And who's listening in? The cells are listening in. And what do they say? Oh, Neerja thinks that she's not well. Let us make her not well. Why do I say that? Because as a human being, I always want to be proved right. So here I am, saying to Mrinalini, I'm not well. And my cells are listening in and they say, oh, she doesn't think she's well. Let's make her not well. Let her feel good about what she said. But there is the other side. I will not tell Mrinalini I'm not well or I was worse than yesterday. I will say, yes, Mrinalini, every day in every way, better and better and better. Now, what do my cells do? They hear me say, better and better and better, stronger and stronger and stronger, peaceful, happy, healthy. And being the naughty children in the cells they are, they listen in and they say, okay, Neerja bhi kya yaad karegi? What will she also remember? Let us make her healthy. Let us make her happy. Let us make her better. So these are a few tips that I am giving you to ensure that at every time we have these thoughts and we can move ahead. So next time if someone says, how are you feeling? Say, better and better and better. I love to say, I'm on top of the world. Because word is powerful. And when you speak something, it goes up, it gets magnified, and it comes down. So imagine, if I'm saying that I'm not okay, and the words go up, expand and come down, but even if I'm not okay, I say, and listen carefully, I say that I'm well, I'm good, I'm healthy, I'm happy. These words are powerful. And they go up, and they expand, and they magnify, and they come down to me. So even if I'm not feeling well, by saying, by asserting and insisting that I am better and better, I'm on top of the world, that is how I become. So at 66 and being about 120 kgs, God is great. I am painless. Well, I might be a pain in other people's, I might be a pain in their neck. But I per se don't have any pain. Why? Because my next thought is, God is great. Now, when I say God is great, it's like a mantra to me. And everyone says that we are born in the image of God. So if that is the case, then God is perfection, God is happiness, God is health. And if I'm made in His image, I am perfect, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I am well. All is well with my world. So God is great. And you know what? I have a deal with Him. I'll let you into the secret. The deal is that, listen, buddy, you gave me the problems. Now it's your problem to give me the solutions. I'm free. Now, how does this help me? Because if I sat and I said, oh my God, I've gone through cancer twice, I've gone through septicemia, I've gone through miscarriages, I've gone through so many surgeries, I've gone through. I will not be able to sit here and happily talk to you and feel young at heart, because I know that most of you are college students studying for a very noble and fantastic profession, being a front-line warrior or a hero when required. I salute all of you, I tell you, and I'm so proud of all of you. So these are just little tips that will help in any situation. So let's carry on to the next. The next is, Almighty God says, when I am here, why fear? And do you know what fear stands for? F-E-A-R. It stands for false emotions appearing real, or fantasized experiences appearing real. Does that make sense? Fear. It's like a movie. We see a movie, we cry when something sad happens. We laugh. We feel so happy when the hero and heroine are running around the trees and are totally in love with each other. We fall in love with them. But in spite of our emotions being affected, is that real? No, it's a movie. It's something that is playing on a screen. It's acting. So if we could understand that even our fear is fantasized, our fear is false emotions appearing real, we would feel stronger for it. Hindu philosophy has lovely examples, and one of them is that if you see a rope on the floor and you are scared, you will think of that rope not as the rope that it is, but a snake. But if you are not scared, what do you see? Do you see a snake or do you see a rope? You see a rope, and then you go to it and you perhaps can kick it also. So remember, fear is nothing but something that is imagined, something that is not there. And if you were not fearful, you could perceive it differently. You could look at it differently and not get pulled down. Face fear, it goes. Avoid fear, it grows. That's another thing. And what is pains? Pains is nothing other than positive attitude in negative situations. And questioning why me. As I mentioned before, it shows that you're feeling like drowning in your own self-pity. There was a guy, fantastic tennis player, won so many awards. And then due to blood transfusion, he got AIDS. So all the reporters came to him and they asked him, they said, don't you question God? Don't you say, why me? How have you done this to me? Why have you done this to me? And this hero had such a lovely, lovely answer, this sportsman. He just turned to them and he said, when I was getting all those awards on the tennis field, did I complain? Did I even question why me? I kept receiving them. I was at the top, the peak of fame, wealth, everything. It was wonderful. And now, if something has gone wrong, I have no right to say, why me? Because when I did not say why me, when all these lovely things were coming my way, I have no right to say, why me? And the other thing is that we feel that God gives us these challenges because He feels that we are strong enough to tackle them. He feels that we will get strength from within, from without, from family, from friends, from God, from Guru, and we will overcome our problems. Hum honge kamyab. We shall overcome. Now, the other thing is faith. What is faith? Facing anything in trusting Him. What is a problem? A problem is productive roadblocks offering beneficial lessons, enhancing mental strength. Isn't that beautiful? And by the way, each of us human beings, has a source of power, strength and energy within us, just waiting to be knock, tapped upon and utilized. We just have to be fully aware and realize that it is there waiting for us to be utilized. Then the other thing is that if you have peace in your heart and your mind, you will attract peace into your lives. And I'm sure all of us have seen that movie, Three Idiots. All is well. That is what I feel. All is well. All is well with my world. The minute we say it, we feel better and better in every way. And it is wonderful to have an attitude of gratitude. Because what is an attitude of gratitude do, children? An attitude of gratitude gives us an opening for abundance to come our way. Shukrana. The more we thank, the more we get. So these are, and of course my last mantra, the most famous one, this too shall pass. So whatever we're going through, sweethearts, we can, we will, we shall overcome. And let me see. Oh, I've been talking for, I think, a long time. I just want to tell you that I wish each of you all the very best in life. And I know that together, holding each other's hands, being compassionate towards others, and mainly compassionate to ourselves, we can overcome everything. So I'm very proud of you students and your 7-day transformation challenge, because imagine, I would be so happy if all of you said these thoughts every day. And we become what we think, what we look at, and surely but steadily, if we look at the brighter side of life, then the brightness follows us and we become happy and healthy. Thank you, my darlings. Thank you very much. God bless you, and look after yourselves, look after your parents, look after everyone. and take care. Thank you so much. God bless. If you just hold on a minute, Mrinalini, is there anything that you would like me to talk about? Thank you so much. We're getting full. Love you guys, love you guys, love you guys. And please remember, you don't need to be related. You can be connected. I'm connected to all of you. And if anyone wants to, please feel free to connect with me and look after yourselves. God bless you. Harini, Mrinalini, would you like me to answer some? Do any of you have any questions that you would like me to answer, my dears? All right. Then I think I will say goodbye here. Thank you so much for all your love and affection. And 1 second. So, yes, thank you. Thank you so much. And I wish you all the best. And I'm not saying just for now. I'm talking about beyond the pandemic. As you people grow up, as you become doctors, and I want to see your names as meaningful human beings. Success is different things to different people. But remember that according to me, success is to be happy, to be healthy, to be loving, to be caring, and to be good human beings. God bless you. Yes, sorry for the... I'm getting instructions, you see, I'm not that savvy, so I'm getting instructions on how to post this. So, I love you and I don't feel like leaving you, but all good things come to an end, and please be in touch and take care of yourselves, because you are precious. You're precious to me. You're precious to your parents, your friends. There is someone who looks out for your smile. There is someone who needs you in their life. So look after yourselves, because you're important, you're precious, you're beautiful, you're wonderful, you're phenomenal, and God bless.